Guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks for swinging by the channel to check out today's video. Guys, today I want to talk about dealing with one of those situations where you're just having one of those days where just everything goes wrong. In light of the rule violation deal I had last week, and my observation throughout life about some things I've experienced and other people have. There's going to be days, there's going to be periods of our life where it just seems like nothing's going right, and it's like it's just a bad day, and we all have to deal with it, man. It's just part of life. And I want to give you guys sort of some tips and advice that I've learned the hard way on this. It'll help you get through those inevitable rocky parts in life. It's just part of our existence, man. That's the whole thing about life. Life is an ebb and flow of highs and lows, and periods of happiness and sadness and joy and exhilaration and anxiety. That's the human experience, and knowing and having some skills to deal with that really helps things out. So we're going to get into that in today's video. Also, guys, before we get started, I just want to extend a big thank you out there. Guys, thank you very much for everybody that continues to support Intuitive Angling. Much appreciated, everybody that's hit that subscribe button and become a channel member. Thank you very much for me and my family. If you've been using and bookmarking my tackle warehouse link that's in every video description to purchase your tackle, all of your guys' support is not overlooked, and I just want you to know that me and my family are extremely thankful for everybody that has the back and support of Intuitive Angling here. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I want to talk about this in light. You guys have been following that whole rule infraction deal I had last week and having to deal with the fallout of that. This is just one example of it. I mean, it can be anything that you're going through. You may be having a hard time financially. You may be, not getting along with your wife or your girlfriend and on the verge of breaking up. You may have a problem at work that you're dealing with. You may have a health issue. There's just a myriad of things out there that are going to cause you to have a bad day once in a while, or a bad week, or something like that. It's inevitable. Couple different things I want to talk about here when this goes on. I think one of the first things to realize is that it's going to happen. It's just part of life, and everything passes. It's like, don't give any situation that you perceive as being, a slight against you, or, a setback or something like that, that's something that's permanent, because it all passes by. I mean, that's our life is just a series of events like that. So if you're having a tough time right now, that will pass. The next thing with that is you have to basically acknowledge the fact that this is going to be a really good learning experience for you. Because when you go through a hard time and you're having a bad time or bad day, you're going to find out really quick who your friends are. You're going to find out the quality of the friends that you have. You're going to find out if somebody is a very surface friend. You're going to find out if somebody is just a generalized friend, and you're going to find out who your true friends are that have your back. And I can tell you right now, guys, true friends that have your back and really care about you are to be cherished. They're very special people, and they're people that you need in your life. And that type of support that you get from other people, that is something that encourages you to do the same for them. So it's sort of like, it goes both ways with that. But it's going to be a really good study of human nature, human behavior, about how people, react to situations that you may be going through tough times with that. And it doesn't mean that everybody is going to interact with people differently. So if somebody, maybe is not quite as supportive with that, I mean, that's just sort of is what it is. But the main thing I want to talk about there, guys, is just really, really appreciate the people that stand by you and support you. And they can be hard. They can give you some, hard love and, critical advice like that. But if they have your general well-being in mind. So those people are very precious. The next thing you can do with that is you got to disconnect from that issue, whatever it is. Whatever the hard time you're going through, whatever the problem that you're going through, one of the best ways to disconnect from that, and that's one of the most precious things about fishing, guys, is just get out on the water by yourself. Get out on the water by yourself. Go to a body of water that's not real hectic or noisy, and just let the healing take place, man. Just get out there and appreciate being out there. appreciate that sun in your face, that wind in your face, being able to cast or walk the bank or troll around a boat dock with your trolling motor, and just be in the moment with that. I mean, don't overanalyze it. Don't think it. Don't dwell on something that's already happened like that. Just really use a situation like that, in my opinion, or in my situation, is fishing, but a lot of people may have something different, maybe golf or bowling or playing tennis or going for a hike or whatever. But try to disconnect and try to spend some alone time to sort of reflect with that. It's you can't ever underestimate the healing power that has with that. And ultimately, one of the things like this, guys, is really a time for some self-reflection, because every situation, if you're having a bad day or a bad period of your life, every situation is different as far as the impact that you have had on that situation yourself or what other people have done. So use it as a learning experience to learn more about yourself. Examine, what led up to that point. What did you do to contribute to that? You may or may not have done anything to contribute to it, but use that situation as a learning experience to grow as a person. Because I can tell you right now, guys out there, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all are going to do boneheaded things once in a while. If you're one of those people out there that don't think you make mistakes and you don't think you do boneheaded things and all you do is criticize other people out there, it's probably a good definition that you have some level of narcissism. Because narcissists, one of the first things that they do is they don't ever admit that they made a mistake. They're never critical of themselves. They always place the blame on other people. They never take responsibility. They don't hold themselves accountable. So this is and a lot of people have some level of narcissism. I mean, a lot of people do. And it's like, I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but there's a difference between having a healthy level of narcissism that can be sort of equated into confidence versus being a toxic narcissist. I mean, there's a big, level between that delineation. But nevertheless, guys, take that time to examine a little bit about your own life and the decisions that you make and learn. And that's how you grow as a person. That's how you become a better person. Because in my own life, throughout my life, the mistakes that I have made that I've went through life is I've really tried to take and learn from those mistakes and not repeat those mistakes. Because everybody's situation is different as far as your upbringing, your peer group, how you were raised, the people that you surround yourself with, the life situations. And, some people are more set up to make more mistakes than others. But the ultimate thing with that is you have got to acknowledge that and try not to repeat that, or try not to repeat that as often. And I don't know anyone that doesn't need to do that. Now, there may be some people out there. I know some people out there that don't think they need to do that. I mean, you guys probably do too, but nevertheless, that's just part of being human. And just another thing, guys, just be kind to yourself. Man, it's just like you can beat yourself up and you can be hard on yourself for something that may or may not have happened. But ultimately, just you got to forgive yourself. You got to be kind to yourself a little bit and move on past it. Move on and learn. Try to be a better person moving forward. And again, this applies to everybody. If you're one of the people out there that think that this does not apply to you, then you're probably living in some alternate, fake, alternative news type reality, because every single person falls in this category. Another thing with that, guys, is I don't care what your position is in life. I don't care if you're the wealthiest person, the most powerful person on this planet, or you're destitute and homeless out there. Everybody is doing the best they can, or what they think is the best they can. Most people I know, they don't think that they're just slopping through life and not trying. Most people think that they are doing the best they can given the situation that they're in, because everybody's level of what they consider as doing the best that they can is different. But life is hard a lot of times. Life has got a lot of challenges that can kick you in the balls quite a bit. It's not fair. There's a lot of injustices out there. And each and every one of us, you, me, you, everybody, everyone we all have our internal battles we're fighting. Those internal battles can be at different levels. That's just part of being human. There's not a human on this planet that does not deal with that to some extent. But one of the things that I can tell you that will really help you out is if you try and focus to lead your life by what I consider the true measure of intelligence. The things that I consider the true level of intelligence are people that show kindness and empathy and compassion and understanding and courage, and they do the right thing when other people are not even looking out there. Those are the true measures of intelligence. And if you lead your life by those elements out there, you will become a much better human being, and your influence on other people will be more positive. People will naturally gravitate to you because there's a power behind that people, they respond to, because those are admirable qualities to have. So anyway, guys, just wanted to throw that out there. Hope everybody's well, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel, and we'll check in later.